airliners now to smaller private planes. Several crashed into Utah homes and neighborhoods in recent years.
Yeah, this all prompted a new bill to close a loophole that allows pilots to fly over your homes without any liability insurance.
Jeremy Harris first reported about this case of a driver who was hit by a plane and had to sue the pilot. So, Jeremy, it's tough to believe that most planes wouldn't already carry insurance.
Well, and they do. Most pilots actually have quite good insurance, but a government report estimates that between 10 and 20% of private planes are flying over us without liability insurance, and it's a situation that's already caused problems here in Utah. Every time images like this are on the news, you can imagine anyone living nearby would be worried.
It doesn't go away.
But imagine being the victim, like Samantha Sandoval, whose story we've covered since 2017, when she was driving on a road in Roy and her car was hit by a plane that lost power on takeoff.
Even though it might be rare, that's the whole reason we have insurance, and it's...
Robert Fuller is her attorney and is still in the middle of a lawsuit with the pilot of the plane, who he says took off without liability insurance.
They should take the brunt of the problem as opposed to the person that gets struck.
Fuller applauds HB 77, a new proposal at the state legislature which would require liability insurance for planes that are registered in Utah.
It's a great idea for the state of Utah to work on it. Ideally, I believe there should be some federal regulations.
Having some type of insurance responsibility, that may very well be the answer. And
Roy Mayor Robert Dandoy has been advocating for more safety measures around the Ogden airport after multiple planes crashed in Roy city limits in recent years, including this one that came down into a neighborhood. He tells me requiring liability insurance on planes is a no-brainer, and people who live underneath these planes deserve to know that the pilots aren't flying over them without it.
that's wrong. That's wrong. These people should not have to worry about going to work, coming home, and have to worry about if an airplane lands on their car or lands on their house, that they have to start fighting to figure out who's going to pay and who's going to fix.
Now, HB 77 did pass out of the House Business and Labor Committee with a 10-3 favorable vote. But one of the issues here is, as currently written, it would require about $50,000 for each person in insurance coverage and $50,000 for property damage. Fuller, the attorney we spoke to for this story, says those are way under what the potential cost of an aviation accident could be. Reporting live in Salt Lake City, Jeremy Harris, 2 News.
All right, Jeremy.